right, dreamers, welcome to another Friday afternoon. You know what that means. It is time for another Bringin It Home show. Now, for today, I'm going to hand it off to Roman for the introductions and change things up a little bit. We are so happy to be here with you guys and look forward to an awesome show.
Hey, dreamers. Happy Friday, the 24th of April here. Hard to believe we're getting into May already, and yet no baseball. But have no fear. We're going to bring baseball in your lives tonight and have a special guest, the CEO of Baseballism and off-the-field baseball apparel brand, Travis Chock. So, Travis, thanks for joining us tonight. Good to have you on, my friend.
Oh, good seeing you guys. Always a pleasure.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So we got a couple of questions for you, and we're going to open it up to the fans later in the session here. But first off, just tell us a little bit. We know the story, right? We're well familiar. But for those that aren't, that are our followers, tell us a little bit about the story of Baseballism, your background, and how it started.
Yes. So it's a pretty wild story, guys. I mean, like, I've told the story a million times, but it's something that really makes us as a company, so I'll tell it again for you. It's pretty much, myself and my three other teammates, we played baseball at the University of Oregon, club ball together. And if you're familiar with the University of Oregon, our football team is really popular, but our baseball team wasn't very popular. And at the time, there was no Division I baseball at Oregon, and we played club ball. And when I was a kid growing up, I always went to those youth camps that the colleges put on. And then, you go to the field, you play on the big field, and you get taught by college players on how to play the game, and it's just a blast. And so I did that in Hawaii growing up, and I'm at the University of Oregon, and I'm like, why isn't there any of this for youth baseball players growing up? I mean, it's up to the college to support the youth players, and that's how you kind of build a baseball culture around the university. And there wasn't any of that. And so myself and my three teammates, we decided that we were going to take it upon ourselves, and we opened up a youth baseball camp during the summers, and it was called Baseballism. I looked online for a domain name, and I saw that Baseballism was available, and I bought the domain, not really knowing I was doing it. And then when we got this camp, I was like, hey, let's call it Baseballism. I have this domain. And so we called it Baseballism, and we ran the camp for 2 summers, my junior and senior years. And then after that, we kind of got real-life jobs. But after we got our real-life jobs, I was a teacher, so my background's in education. I was a teacher. I have a business partner who's a lawyer, another business partner who's a sales guy, another one who's in finance. And so we all moved to Portland, and we did our own things, but every once in a while, we did our team reunions, we'd go out for a drink, and we realized that everywhere we went, people were asking us where we got our camp t-shirt. The t-shirt that we made back in 2006 that we gave our campers. They're like, where you get that shirt? What does Baseballism mean? And basically, our logo was just Baseballism with a drop bat for an I, an ism. And so after we kind of realized, like, everyone's asking about these T-shirts, I was like, well, I'm working at a baseball academy. I'll make a run of T-shirts, and we'll see how they sell. Because, I mean, that's our audience is baseball people. I made a run of 48 shirts. It sold out in a couple weeks. And I'm just like, hey, guys, I think we got something here. Let's try to do something. Let's relaunch this Baseballism thing as a lifestyle apparel brand. And so we did a Kickstarter campaign. If you're familiar with Kickstarter, you need to reach a certain goal. We got funded for Kickstarter. And in 2013, we launched our website, and it just kind of went viral. We had a pretty decent following when we started up. And so 2013, we just had a big year. And then 2014, we opened a store in Cooperstown, New York. And after that, we opened a store in Scottsdale, Arizona. And by then we had, hundreds of thousands of followers on social media via Instagram and Facebook. And it's just kept on growing from there. And so now we've got 11 stores that are all not open because of the pandemic, but we have 11 stores. And it's been great, man. It's been a wild ride. I'm still working with my best friends, my 4 teammates, and I'm happy to be at the Field of Dreams.
That's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love your story. It never gets old.
It's an interesting niche too, to go. It's always good to hear from college athletes of any level to business and how the two translate. And so that's really interesting the way you guys, didn't immediately go into lifestyle, but it sounds like it was more by not even luck, but it was, supposed to be. Like there was a greater sense behind you guys doing what you're doing now. That's really, really cool to see.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was just crazy. I mean, it was just a baseballism word on a shirt, and everyone was asking about it, and we just kind of put two and two together. So we kind of stumbled upon it. But we always had the right guys, though. We always had the right guys in place, because even when we ran the camp, we had a creative guy and myself, we had a sales guy, we had a lawyer, and we had a business guy. And so we just kind of took that on-field relationship when we took it into business, and it just kind of works out in the same dynamic. Everyone does their own job, and it's just great.
Yeah, that was my next question was who's the creative mastermind behind everything? Who has the creative brains? Because many people will say if you're business minded, you're not going to be as creative, and if you're creative, you're not going to be as business minded. So it sounds like each person plays a different role in that. So you're the creative guy? You're the
I'm the
artist
guy. I do a lot of the design. I run the creative team. When we first started out, I was doing everything. I was doing the social media. I was doing the graphic design. So I'm the creative guy, and then we have John Loomis, who's a partner of mine. He's a genius financial guy. But it's good working with those guys because we all have our own categories. But at the same time, you just said like creative guys aren't always good business guys. But when you work with good business guys, or like if I'm not great at numbers, like admittedly I suck at numbers and I hate spreadsheets, but you work with a guy enough that's good at it, and you hang around him enough, it kind of bleeds into you a little bit. So now I'm competent. I know what's going on. Yeah. I still not my passion, but who you surround yourself with is who you're going to be. And so because I have such smart guys around me, I'm getting smarter all around in the things that I'm really not that interested in.
That's pretty good. That's a great answer. Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah. All right, Roman, you got a question over there?
Yeah, so Travis, how do you think Baseballism and the Field of Dreams movie site are similar?
Man, we're similar in a lot of ways, and there's a reason why we signed up right away to be there. It's because our audiences are the same people. Our audiences love the game. They don't necessarily love a team, but there's something that draws you to the Field of Dreams and draws you to Baseballism if you have an affinity for the game and it's affected your life in some way. And you just relate to baseball. And I think that's how we're so similar. It's like, it's not necessarily I like the Yankees or I like the Red Sox. It's I like the game of baseball. I like playing it. I like the atmosphere around it. I like the people that build it. And so, I mean, and that's our people. It's the people that go play baseball on Saturdays and their weekends, and they have tournaments and stuff like that, and they sign their kids up. They play catch with their kids in the backyard, and they grow up. And the gift they get when they're 3 years old is a baseball glove or a baseball bat, and those are our people. And I think that rings true for both Field of Dreams and Baseballism.
Yeah, we definitely agree. It's just a way of life, right? It's a culture that both the Field of Dreams movie site and Baseballism have been successful in building. And it's cool to see. We're really excited for the future, partnering with you guys. We've had our eyes on you guys for a long time, and it just seems like a natural fit for both of us to be partnering together. So we're excited for your store to open when it can.
Oh man, we're pumped. We're pumped to be there, and it was crazy. Like, you were there when I first came to the Field of Dreams, and when we got there, we kind of knew we had the same people. But when we got there, we get to the field and we're taking BP, and then there's 3 other people that are just visiting the field also, and they're wearing Baseballism. So it was confirmed it right away on the first trip. So it was a good thing.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we planned that.
Okay. You knew those people? You got us. That was good. That's a good plan.
Yeah. I also got to say, you guys, the one thing I always tell people, whether they're a baseball player or not, and I'm a college athlete of a different sport, and I constantly get comments on my hat. Every single day I get comments on this hat. And when they find out it's a baseball brand, I explain, well, it's not just baseball. It's the love of the game. It's, not necessarily that you play the game, but that you love the game.
Yep.
You have a foundation in your life. And so I'll give it to you guys. You nailed it on the head for anyone who has a baseball background. And, repping the gear is that much more. But I will say I'm a big snapback connoisseur. You guys nailed the snapback. Yep. This is awesome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We take pride in our hats. I mean, a baseball cap is a big thing in the baseball world, as you know, and baseball people are real particular about their hats. So that's something that we spent a lot of money and we wasted a lot of money on and finding the right fit for a hat. I'm glad you liked it.
That's what I was going to ask you. What products did you guys start with, and what was the kind of progression and mindset moving forward to where you are now?
The first products we started with were just graphic tees. So we had graphic tees and a couple of hats. We didn't have any hoodies. We just kind of started it as a t-shirt company, and then we just kind of evolved. Like I remember our second Black Friday, I believe. We realized on our website that women were buying a lot of t-shirts and hats for their husbands and their kids. And they were buying it from our site, but they weren't really buying anything for themselves. And so then we got into a lot more women's products. But one thing that kind of really has been our kind of our trademark over the years is we started selling glove leather handbags. And so yeah, our second Black Friday, I was like, hey guys, so we have a lot of women coming to our website. Let's give them something to buy. And so we came up with a baseball glove leather handbag. We found a baseball glove factory and we found a purse making factory, and we linked the two together and we said, hey, can we take this leather and can we make it into a handbag? And they're like, absolutely, it's just leather. And so we did that, and we released 150 totes online for Black Friday, and they sold in 30 seconds. And we're like, okay. We got some here, and so now a big portion of our sales is not only women who love baseball, but also handbags. So never would have saw myself designing handbags at any time in my life, but you never know, man. You never know.
That's pretty great. Yeah, I mean, that was really, I guess, the root of my question is just scrolling through social media. I constantly see a lot of interaction on like your handbag photos and stuff, and that's something I definitely wouldn't have thought of. But like that explanation is golden. To I guess the necessity is what brings it up. Is it was there was an area in the market that wasn't being tapped, and there you go.
You meant that.
And I'll speak real quick on that. Is women want to be a part of the game too. I mean, like they not only do they play it, when moms go to the park and they watch their kids, like they want to be connected to that. And so that's where the handbag kind of comes in. It's like this is my version of the baseball game. I'm not on the field, but I'm still in this game.
Yeah.
So that's what it kind of means.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. Speaking of the creation of other Baseballism products, talk a little bit about Field of Dreams apparel. What else you guys got? So far, it's been good.
We're just tip of the iceberg on that, man. I mean, there's just so much to dig into that movie. I mean, all the quotes, all the characters. I mean, the Volkswagen that guy drives around, the tractor, the corn. I mean, there's just so much. And we just released just kind of a taste of what we have planned. But you're going to see a lot of quotes, like even the ones that you don't really see as the main ones that you hear all the time. If you build it, he will come. That's an obvious one, but we're going to dig into the ones that people that really know the movie kind of know about, And so we're gonna get into that and tie graphics to it. It's going to be great.
Is there a Field of Dreams hat in the works?
There is. We're kind of doing a merge between our brand and the Field of Dreams, and we're coming out. We'll come out with a line that's pretty special, and sometimes it'll only be sold at the Field of Dreams. So that's kind of cool too. Is we're going to do exclusive products that you can get online that'll make people get off their butts and come out to the Field of Dreams, because it is a place that you need to visit if you're a baseball person.
Definitely, nothing like it.
Roman, I got a question here. So taking a fan comment here. Reading the second monitor, I'm not ignoring you guys. Robert Long asks you, Travis, how did you come up with your Flagman logo? He said, I love it because to me, after serving 27 years in the U.S. Army and running PT, your logo reminds me of running PT while carrying the guide on and thinking about Babe Ruth and baseball. Thank you, Robert Long, for your service. First off, and great question.
Yeah. So first off, thanks for your service. What was his name that asked that question?
Robert Long.
Okay, Robert, thanks for your service. And one of our co-founders is also a military vet. So his name's Kalen. And so he's big into the Americana thing, and so we make sure to support him and his people too all the time. So we're really big into the military community and giving back to them. We came up with the logo. We were sitting around a dinner table in one of our meetings way back in the day. We did it after work because we still had jobs at the time. And Jonathan Jawade's like, he's our sales and he's our retail guy right now, retail COO. But he was like, Babe Ruth, his swing is so iconic, And I feel like we can do something like that. And so I brainstormed on it. And I was like, how, Babe Ruth, everyone can do a swing, but how do we make it our own? How do we make it one picture, tie the whole brand together? So I was messing with it. And so one night I stuck an American flag in Babe Ruth's hand, and it just clicked. And I'm like, guys, what do you think about this? And immediately everyone's like, that's it. That's the logo. And I mean, it kind of symbolizes what our brand's about. It's America's pastime. It's Babe Ruth swinging an American flag, and I don't know many things on earth that are more American than that. It's one of the greatest players of all time swinging an American flag playing America's pastime. So that's it. It's baseball.
That's great. Yeah.
Perfect. Any other questions from fans, Tucker?
No, but I will give a shout out to Frank Roberto, who's been commenting in here. First off, asked how we are doing. Frank, we are doing great. We're happy to be with you guys here today. Also, Frank says, I look forward to seeing your Field of Dreams line. Absolutely, Frank.
Thanks for your support, Frank.
That's great.
Awesome. So now, Travis, to you, what does it mean to you personally and for Baseballism to have a location at the Field of Dreams movie site?
I mean, for me, there are two places you need to go as a baseball person before you die. And one is the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York, and the other one's the Field of Dreams. I put those two above Fenway Park. I put it above Wrigley Field. We have stores there, but I think this one is right up there with the Baseball Hall of Fame. I mean, it is just iconic. Everyone who loves baseball has watched that movie, and people that don't know baseball have watched that movie. And it's just somewhere you need to go, man. I mean, and you don't really think much of it until you get there. You get there. It's in the middle of nowhere. I mean, especially for people on the West Coast like me, it's kind of a trek. It's tough to get to. If you're not driving across the Midwest, then it's a little bit tough. But when you get there, you will feel the magic, and that's what I did. I mean, I've played college baseball. I hit a lot of home runs, but when I hit a home run at the Field of Dreams when I visited there, that I think, even though it wasn't during a game, it's my favorite home run of all time. So I mean, it's hard to describe what it means. I mean, you get to the field and you arrive, and it's in the middle of nowhere, and this field appears, and you see all these people on the field, and you get there, and they're like, hey, you want to take some BP? And you're like, sure, I'll take BP. And then you're done, and then all of a sudden you're throwing BP to a 12-year-old, and you got moms and dads shagging for you in the outfield, and it's just an ongoing cycle, and you don't need to say a word to them on how to throw or how to swing or what's going to happen. Everyone knows because everyone's a baseball person there. So it's like you get there and you're just amongst your people. You're amongst your friends without even meeting them. So that's what's great about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a spring training atmosphere, right? I mean, everybody has so much anticipation getting there, and then all of a sudden it's such a low-key environment. Everyone's so relaxed, and no matter what burdens they were carrying with them coming to the site, all of it kind of fades away. And you see that smile start to emerge on their face. Doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter the color of their skin. They're out there because of the love of the game and what the field means to them. And it's cool for us. Tucker and I get to hear those stories all the time. And it's one constant is the love for that movie and how it speaks to them, which it's always cool. Never fades.
And I think also something you can't get overlooked, and you kind of touched on this a little bit, Travis, too, is the way the field and the sport and obviously the brand, you guys have, the way all of this unites people. I think is, in my opinion, the most beautiful thing is all borders are wiped away at the Field of Dreams. I mean, the greatest moment I think I've still had today, being there, was a guy from Israel, a guy from Germany, and myself were playing, and it was just us in the field. And I'm thinking, where else do you have these three, people come together and play a sport? Like that's unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Powerful. We got another fan comment. Antonio Romero. Love Baseballism. I will be making the drive from Chicago the day the Field of Dreams store opens back up.
Awesome. Great. Antonio, appreciate it.
Sooner than later, Antonio. Let's hope that's sooner than later.
Amen to that.
Awesome.
All right, Roman, I'll let you
So Travis, you've touched on this a little bit, but when you visited the site for the first time, kind of what was between the four of you, because you were there with your other cohorts and the other co-founders of Baseballism.
Yep.
What was the conversation like when you were driving down that lane?
It was like, man, if we didn't have Google Maps, we would have no clue how to get here. That's pretty much what it was. You get there and like there's not really any signs in Dyersville that says Field of Dreams this way. It is literally a farm amongst farms. So unless you have the coordinates, you're not finding it. And so that's what I thought. I was like, man, are we going the right way? Like, is this thing going to appear or not? Like, how many people are going to be here? There's going to be no one there. And then you just get there and it's like, whoa, out of nowhere, you just. There's a bunch of cars and there's people playing. It's crazy. It's just like the movie. It's untouched.
Yeah, we like it that way. We try and keep it that way. And we get that all the time when they're there. They say, well, geez, we almost got lost in the corn trying to find you guys. It's like, well, yeah, it's, it's part of the mystery, right? Because all of a sudden, like you said earlier, it just kind of peeks out of the horizon and you see it as you're driving through and it peeks out of that rolling hill. And, where you're not in Kansas anymore. You're in heaven.
You're in heaven and running out of that corn, so much fun. It is so much fun. You turn into a kid.
Yeah, for sure. Love the videos that you had that week of our announcement. That was awesome.
Yep. Okay. I just strung that together with my iPhone, man. Like, if you give me some time, we'll get a crew out there and do something real special.
There you go.
Yeah, let's do it.
We got a comment towards you, Roman. Robert Long again. Roman, thank you for the world-class service when I was at the Field of Dreams last year. I should be back this August. Can I get the tour you offered me? He said, this time I will stay longer.
Awesome, Robert. Hey, for sure. I will live up to that offer. Happy to give you a complimentary tour of the house anytime. So looking forward to seeing you. Just give us a call, and I'll be waiting here for you.
And I'll follow that up, Robert. I'll take your spotlight there for a second and move it over to our Instagram, where we actually had a question for you earlier today, Travis. This comes from Baseballman SAS. He said, do you plan on opening any stores in New York City or northern New Jersey in the future?
I would say that it is on our top 10 list to where we would open stores. I feel like if you're an iconic brand, and especially if Babe Ruth's your logo, you got to be in New York, you got to be in Manhattan or something like that. We also have some licenses too that tie in really well. So I think New York is definitely top 5 on our list. So hopefully we'll be there sooner than later. But yeah, New York definitely on our list.
Yeah.
You heard it here, Dreamers.
Yeah, very true. All right.
Any other questions from the fans, Chock? All right, I got one more.
No more questions from the fan that I'm seeing. No Twitter, nothing like that. We're pretty good on the comments here. We're running at 23 minutes right now, right on track. Roman, you take another question, and then I'll finish it out with this question. We can go with some closing thoughts.
Yeah, that sounds good. So, Travis, we ask all of our guests this. If there's one message or lesson to be learned from the Field of Dreams, in your opinion, what is that?
I mean, for me, and I thought about this a little bit when you sent me those questions ahead of time. I was like, I think you got to trust your gut, and you got to trust yourself, and you got to follow your heart. Because, I mean, Kevin Costner in the Field of Dreams, there's a lot of people that didn't want him to build that field and want him to tear it down. He's going to lose everything over the field. But he kept on trusting his gut and trusting his heart. Had some people that supported him, and he did it anyway, and it ended up turning out all right. And from a baseballism standpoint, that's kind of what we did. And a lot of people didn't think that baseball lifestyle could be a thing, that opening a store 2,500 miles away from Portland is going to work for us, and managing it, and just kind of quitting our real life jobs and doing something and putting it back into baseball. A lot of people didn't believe in it. They do now, obviously, but back when we first started out, that wasn't the case. So we had to trust our gut. We had to believe that there was something there in baseballism, and we followed our heart, and it turned out all right. So, I mean, that'd be the message that I take from Field of Dreams, is just because people say you can't doesn't mean you can't, and prove people wrong.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that too, and follow up with that question if you guys faced any any opposition or any naysayers out there. And dreamers out there, you will at any point, and Baseballism is just the perfect example as to why you keep striving to be your best self and what makes you happy. I mean, for us too, Tucker and I, we enjoy doing what we're doing at the field, and we've had doubters out there. Each one of us do. So just continue to keep pushing forward.
I don't think once our store opens up and Field of Dreams is back up this summer, I don't think a lot of people are going to be down in Field of Dreams ever again.
That's right.
It's a place, man. I mean, there's a lot more to do there now than just going up field. So it's going to be good. It's a good time.
That's right. That's right. And one perk too of your store, there's air conditioning.
Oh, boom! You can that adds like just 2 more hours to each trip. You can kind of chill out for a little bit.
That's right. That's right.
That's pretty good. All right, well, we'll move into this last question. Really, really meaningful one, and I'm sure one that all the viewers are kind of on their mind as well. Tell us a little bit about, your response as a company to COVID-19 and the shirts that you guys put out, and kind of the meaning behind those shirts, and just the story.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this thing hit us hard. I mean, if you've read the Forbes article, and you just kind of know retail in general, it's happening to everybody. I mean, we have 11 stores, and they're all closed right now, and it's about half our revenue each year is retail stores. So not having MLB baseball, not having youth baseball really hurts us badly. I mean, we just wanted to do our part. Everyone's got to do their part. We're all in it together, as everyone says a million times, but we are all in this together. And so we wanted to do our part, and we made a logo. We saw the Instagram logo that said "Stay at Home," and it's a heart with a house. And we're like, hey, the way baseball does it is not a house, it's a home plate. And so we did a heart with a home plate, and we have a significant following on social, so we want to do our part by telling people to stay home on our side too. And we showed everyone that logo and said, "Stay home. This is our logo. This is our version of it." And people were like, "Man, you guys need to make that a shirt. I would wear that right away." And so we were just like, okay, people want the shirt. What can we do as a company to just do what's right and try to make it better for everybody? So we decided to make the Stay Home shirt, which is a heart with a home plate. And we're donating all the proceeds to getting PPE for our healthcare heroes, the people on the front line that really need it. And we have a lot of manufacturing relationships in overseas that not a lot of people have. And so we're using that to our advantage to get PPE to the United States and get it in the hands of people that need it. So that's kind of how that started and how it's going right now. It's crazy the response we got from it. So we've raised over $15,000 towards PPE and getting people PPE. So it's great.
That's amazing. Good for you guys. And for us too, I just want to say to all the first responders out there that are putting your lives on the line and your health on the line as well to fight this disease, thank you. And we're actually going to have a First Responders Appreciation Day, Saturday, July 25th. For you guys, it's going to be much needed. So come out to the field, buy some Baseballism gear, and support us at the field. Jake Dodds is going to be performing live. It's going to be a fun day of baseball. We're going to have the police departments of the cities of Chicago and New York as a little precursor to the MLB at Field of Dreams game on site that evening. So definitely don't want to miss it. Tickets are on sale at fieldofdreamsmoviesite.com. Check us out. Travis, where can fans find Baseballism on social media?
Well, you can find baseball on social media just at Baseballism on Instagram, at Baseballism on Twitter, and that's pretty much it. Follow us. Follow Field of Dreams movie site. And we go back and forth all the time. You'll see both if you follow one. So,
that's right.
That's where you can find us.
Awesome. Travis, thanks for taking the time, man. Good chatting you up.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries, guys.
Thank you so much, Travis. And guys, if you're watching this on replay, same message applies. Stay home, stay safe, guys. We are more than excited to see you this summer. The events we have planned, we're extremely excited for. But the key right now is let's all stay safe. Let's all stay healthy. Let's recoup and have an awesome summer and an awesome whatever it is once this is all over and play some baseball together. That's it.
Amen.
All right. See you, Dreamers.
Awesome, guys. Keep dreaming. Thank you.